Hello everybody, this is Jonathan here. Welcome back to Immortal Engines. It's been quite a while that I haven't posted a video, and it's just been a combination of me not finding any generators, it being way too cold outside, maybe just being freaking lazy. So I would like to apologize to any of you guys that maybe follow this channel and were hoping to get a new video. But anyway, under the current circumstances of having to stay at home, me basically, hopefully not, but I think I lost my job, I'm not sure. I have to be home. My workplace is closed till further notice. So, no more sad stuff. What we're gonna focus on today is working on my 2015 Yamaha R6. She's been currently sitting under this cover for at least 2 weeks. It's been raining and snowing over here, so I can't manage to go for a ride. But there is something that I really need to get done, which is I need to do the air filter and spark plugs on this bike. She's currently sitting at around 11,000 miles. If I'm not mistaken, I think roughly at around 8,000 miles you're supposed to do your spark plugs, which I didn't find out until very recently. So I would like to thank my friend that works at an auto parts store. He hooked me up with a K&N filter and some spark plugs. So I'm gonna go ahead, take this cover off, and start working on this bike. Let's go. Okay everyone, for those of you that doesn't know what I just did, so basically the other day I might have freaked out just a little bit because of our situation, and I went and got gas for all my vehicles, and I just bought that thing of gasoline and I put it in my bike, and then I was gonna go buy more gasoline, but I got lazy. Good thing I didn't, because in order for me to get to the air filter and the spark plugs, I need to lift the tank, and it's probably not great doing it on a full tank. So what I did is I drained 2.5 gallons of fuel from the bike, which is I drained more than what I actually brought in. It was actually not all the way full, so the tank should be pretty much empty. Maybe have 1 gallon in there, which is okay. I don't mind that. So what I'm gonna do next is I have to come here and I have to remove that bolt. I have to remove these things on the side here and here. I think I have to remove the seat as well, and I'm gonna prop the tank up. So I'm not gonna bore you with that part. I'm just gonna put it on time lapse, and we'll get back when all of that stuff is sorted out. Okay guys, so that was one hell of a fight. All those little screws that go all the way around were ridiculously tight, and what I had to do, you probably saw it, but I had to put my screwdriver and then my vice grips and use that for grip. So I was pushing down as hard as I could while trying to twist and hoping that I wouldn't strip the bolts. I did almost strip the one in the back here, but I had my dad hold the tank to the side, so I don't really feel like disconnecting anything unless I really have to. So I'm gonna try my best not to remove the tank. Maybe be less work, but I don't know. So what you want to do is you want to grab your screwdriver, place it on your screw, and then hit it with a hammer a couple of times, and that will do two things. One, it will break the screw loose, and two, it will basically dent the shape of the screwdriver back into the screw, so you can have one good last try at pulling it off. So that was effective for a couple of them. And then I pulled off my air filter, and let me show you what it looks like. So this is probably an OEM. Yeah, there you go, it says Yamaha right there. And it looks good on this side, but that's the clean side. Look at that. I don't know if you're able to see. Yeah, it's black. And it's got something rattling inside. And let me show you guys my new one. So if you get a K&N, shh, quiet. Siba. Siba. Sorry, my dogs are out in the pen. But when you get a K&N, it's gonna look very different. As you can see, the K&N is thin and it's lacking this box right here. So I'm pretty sure that that's for airflow, so that all your air hits the entire filter, because as you can see on that one, it's only using the center where it's dirty, and that doesn't make much sense. So I already test fitted my K&N, and if it's good, you gotta insert the bottom first, and then bam, it goes right in. So as you can see, I still have it in the bag. I don't want to get it dirty until the last minute when I'm done and I put this back on. So let's go ahead and keep going. Let's see if, I'm pretty sure we have to remove this box right here. Okay guys, so I removed 2 screws, one from here and here, and next, right next to the velocity stacks, we have this really tiny hex bolts, and I actually do not have an Allen socket, so I had to make my own. I just grabbed an Allen wrench and I cut it, and then I put it together with this, and I'm doing my best to get them loose so I can pop that box and hopefully get to the injectors. So I'm gonna keep going and we'll see where we get. Okay guys, so after removing the cover, the filter, and undoing the screws around the velocity stacks, here, let me show you real quick. I don't know if you can see down there, a couple of screws. They're hex screws. So I loosened that up. The box looks like she's ready to go, but I'm having a hard time removing this hose right here, and there will be an electrical connector for the actuator on the velocity stack. So I think, I might try it for a little bit longer, but I think I'm just gonna end up pulling the entire thing off, just because it looks a lot easier to pull the tank when it comes to doing the spark plug. So I may try just one more time to pull this off without pulling the tank because of all the connections, but even the tank doesn't look that bad, you know, so I might as well just pull the tank off. So I'll put the camera back up there and we'll see where we go. Okay guys, so I guess I have a new trick to show you. So I was trying to pop that hose from up there loose, and I wasn't being successful because it's stuck and it needs to be broken loose like this before it will slide out, and there's just not enough room because of the tank. But if you can't take a hose from one end, try the other. I don't know if you're able to see. Heck, I can't see it. Where is it? Right here. If you see that metal fitting over there, that's why I pulled it off. I pulled it off from the bottom. It was much easier. And then there's an electrical connection. You have the actuator here for the velocity stack, and there's the actuator in the back. And I followed the wiring, and after cutting the zip tie, I managed to disconnect that cable from there. So if I'm careful, I should be able to wiggle this out of here. So wish me luck, and I'll try my best to get it out. I'm sorry about the same camera angle, but I have a GoPro thing here, the mount, and I have like a bunch of extensions on my camera, so this is, you know, the steadiest I can get it to be. So I'm gonna aim it here and I'll take it off. Success, guys, I got it out finally. But just as I was pulling it out, I found that I had this hose right here that was holding it, but after just trying to get it off slowly, I was successful. So out she comes. Got my velocity stack out. The tank is still in, so we're gonna go ahead and keep working on it and see what we can find. Let's go. Okay guys, so I covered my velocity stack so I accidentally don't drop anything in there. So up next, I think it's to pop this thing right here. It's like one of those things that hold the fairings. So you just gotta pop the head. Yeah, like so. And it should come out like that. And next thing that needs to go is this secondary air intake right here. So this is where people usually install their block off plates, and if you don't have one of these and you have two aluminum looking plates with 2 bolts on either side, on each side, then you have block off plates, which means they eliminated this. I would like to eliminate it, but I did not know if my bike had it or not, so I would have to order them, and with things being the way they are, I think it will take forever to get here. So I might just put this back on, which sucks, but whatever. So I have to be able to get to that screw over there right next to my finger, this one here, and same on this side. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try and place my camera here this time maybe, and we'll wrench on it. Let's go. Okay guys, success, at least for now. After fighting all those things, this hunk of junk is finally out. I don't think after all that work I want to put this piece of crap back on, so I think I'm gonna go and look for some block off plates online and order them. Hopefully they don't take forever because my bike will be just sitting opened up like that. But you know, might as well. I'm already here, I already pulled this off. I'm gonna do some research and see what kind of effect it does on the bike, because I don't like talking if I'm not certain. So I guess if I buy it, when I bring it back, I'll let you guys know. And now we're gonna see what we got in here. So there you go guys, that's what we wanted to get to. We got our coil packs, and beneath them we have our spark plugs. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and start pulling them one at a time, and we go from there. So let's do that. Okay guys, so finally, after busting my knuckles for a few hours, probably 3 hours by now, I finally managed to get all my spark plugs and all my coils out. So let me explain to you what I did. This is the exact way that the box goes on the motorcycle. So what I did is every time I pulled a coil out, I placed it in its own cylinder. So this one is the one to the right, and then so on. So every one of them is in place, and same with the spark plugs. So what I did is I pulled the coils, and when it's cold it's really hard because the rubber is just so tight on everything. So it was really difficult to pull most of them, but I finally managed to do so. But anyway, after pulling all the coils, I went ahead and inserted my 5/8 spark plug socket. After I loosened them up with that, then I undid the spark plugs all I could, and then I inserted the coil so I could grab the spark plug, as you can see. And some of them weren't actually done being screwed off, so I actually spun them with the coil. They're really loose in there. So that's that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and look online for a set of I already have my spark plugs over here. Let me show you. I got these brand new NGK spark plugs that my friend got me, and I already checked the gap, but this specific one comes already pre-gapped. So this is the 2360 CR10EK from NGK, and I heard that they come pre-gapped. However, I did grab my filler gauge over here and I double checked the gap, and the gap is correct on all spark plugs. So these are safe to just buy and go ahead and put in if you don't have a filler gauge. So yeah, what's next now? I'm gonna go and look at on the computer for some block off plates, see what they do, and then I'll come back and insert the spark plugs and probably leave it for another day. So I'll see you guys soon. Okay guys, welcome to day 2 on my motorcycle maintenance video. I finally went to the store. I got myself some Allen sockets. That's gonna make my life a lot easier to reinstall everything. Unfortunately, I was not able to source some block off plates because it's currently the end of the month and I think it's a holiday. So today is March 30th, and for that reason nothing is open and shipping takes longer, and it's really dusty here where I live, and I don't want to leave my bike opened up like this, allowing dirt to eventually find its way into the engine. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing, I think they call it secondary air breather. I don't know what this is or what it does really. Maybe I should research it, but I don't really care. I heard it doesn't really make that big of a difference to put the block off plates unless you're tuning the bike, because this gives you an inaccurate reading for those self tuners. So at this moment I'm not very interested in tuning my bike because I do not have a full exhaust and I don't have a tune. So whenever I decide to tune the bike, do a full exhaust, then I'll do the block off plates. So for now, we're gonna go ahead and put them back on and we're gonna reassemble the motorcycle. Let's go. Hey guys, so I'm ready to install the spark plugs on my motorcycle, and I wanted to run a couple of things by you real quick. So number one, make sure that when you are about to install your new spark plug, make sure that your spark plug, your new one and the old one match. So as you can see over here, they are exactly the same spark plug. Okay, same one, same length on the thread, and they're the same style on the end. I'm not sure if that makes a difference. Maybe a different spark plug only has one of these legs here. If you have a filler gauge, make sure you check the gap so that you have the correct gap for the spark to occur. You don't want to have too big of a gap or too small of a gap. And then lastly, check the end over here and the tip right here. These match perfectly because I did my research. And also, before you go ahead and install your spark plugs, you want to put some anti-seize lubricant on them. So I got this one for free from my friend at the auto parts store. I'm just gonna put some on the threads and then I'm gonna insert them on the cylinder. That way when it's time to do them again in about 8,000 miles or so, they're easy to remove and there is no surprises with them being stuck to the head, which would require a lot more disassembly, and we don't really want to do that. This takes a couple minutes. Maybe it's a little bit messy, but it shouldn't be too bad. So let's go ahead and put some anti-seize lubricant on these and install them onto the motorcycle. Let's go. Okay guys, so I'm halfway there. I put the anti-seize on the thread on all the spark plugs, and I inserted the spark plug with the coils. Then I pulled the coils out. I went in with my spark plug socket and wrench. I tightened it by hand first, and when it was tight, I went about half a turn over, or just snug. Don't go tight. You don't want it to bump into a stop because then you went way too far. So just tight is enough. And make sure you remember what it feels like to break them loose, which is not much. So that's exactly what it takes to put them back on the right torque spec. I don't have a torque wrench, it's just spark plugs, but anyway, they're in. I already installed 2 of my coils. I plugged this one in. Now when you put your coil in, make sure that you get it in there all the way. As you can see, they have O-rings here. It's not really O-rings, but these surfaces, they need to bump and seal all the way down, or else you're not gonna have good contact here and you're gonna have water go in to the spark plug hole. So you definitely want to get those on there the right way. So I got that one, and here, let's see if I can give you a nice close-up. This one on the left here, definitely the hardest one, because there's this connector thing on this rubber thing here. Makes it really difficult, but we'll get it. Okay, so I think I got it. Let's see this connector here. There, I think. All right, so all spark plugs are in, all the coils are in. See if you can see the one back there. Yep. So what's next? Up next, we're gonna reinstall this guy. As much as I hate to do so, I have to, because I don't have time to order the block off plates, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bolt this in. I did buy the correct tool this time, so it should probably be a lot easier now. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in real quick. Okay guys, we're finally getting somewhere. We have this vent system installed. So next I'm gonna go ahead and in real time, I'm gonna zip tie this connector thing right here. If I can, if not, she'll have to live like that. Oh yeah, okay, so it goes under and over. There you go. There we go, like so. And then I gotta fix this rubber heat shield situation here. And then next we have these connectors we had undone, so it's very obvious. That goes right there, and this goes to the throttle right here, like so. Actually, there, I'll just let them sit right there. And next is this thing. And this, I don't know what any of these parts are called, but it don't matter. So I'm gonna insert this here like that. There we go. And then I have no idea how we're gonna pop that in here. There we go. Wow, that wasn't too bad. Just use a screwdriver, I guess. And then we're gonna insert this thing here. Press it down. There you go. That's how it should be. So up next, that would be nice if you could blow in there, because mine already had dust in them. So up next, I'm gonna get the bottom of the air box. So very carefully, we are going to reinsert this guy right here. And there's 3 things we need to connect. We need to connect this to the bottom of the box. We need to connect this other vent, and we need to connect this electrical connector for the actuator on the velocity stack. So we're just kind of gonna place it in there for now, sort of something like that. We're gonna go on this side, and we're gonna reattach this hose. Yeah, maybe if you put it on early like that, it'll be a little bit easier. There we go. Okay, 1 out of 3. Next, I didn't realize this side was so much easier to reach, but up next we're gonna insert that hose in there. Actually, probably deeper than that. That looks to be on there. Okay, and now we gotta make sure that our box sits where it's supposed to. Feels good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start to tighten with the right tool. Once again, I want to start to tighten all these little bolts. So now everyone, it's finally time for the upgrade. K&N filter. Insert it. Come on. There you go. K&N in. So we have one more connector. I mean, we have many connectors to go, but remember these guy? The one from this actuator. Like that. This used to be right here with a zip tie. Just gonna wing it like that. Next, we're gonna put this thing that I left hanging over here. This is the top of the air box with gasoline still. If you guys see, there's 4 injectors up there. Okay, so it seems like there, you just gotta push really hard. So there it is. Safely fastened on there. And now it's that gazillion screws that goes around the airbox. Everyone, I am done putting the bike together. I'm a little bit too confident maybe, but I put everything back on. Everything is tight on the bike. I'm gonna put this key for the first time on the bike and see if it starts up. So let's go ahead and see if she will run. Alright, moment of truth. Oh. Alright, here we go. Alright, she's all warmed up. We're gonna give it a few revs. Guys, so while the bike is still warming up, I'm gonna let it get all the way up to temp, and then I'm gonna check for leaks. Maybe I shouldn't have bolted the tank down, so I might take the tank back up and just double check that the one hose that I disconnected isn't leaking. But I think everything is safe and sound. The bike sounds really good. I noticed it has a little bit, I noticed that it picks up revs a little faster, and the noise changed because the air filter is right underneath the tank. I could definitely hear the difference of how the bike can breathe easier now that it doesn't have the restriction of the stock air filter and also the restriction of it being dirty. So there she is, she's warming up. I think, you know what, the weather is not too bad, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and put my gear on and take the bike for a ride. Oh damn, I can already tell the bike revs a lot faster. Combination of spark plugs and the air filter definitely making a difference. Maybe she will feel faster because I haven't ridden it in 2 weeks. So we'll see right here on the ramp. All right, send it. Ow! Oh man. She definitely feels quicker. All right. Yeah. Okay, so here's where we're gonna test it out, guys. So I'm out on the street. I just finished putting my bike back together 30 minutes ago. I warmed her up, put on my gear, and we'll test it here at the light, see what she can do. So far I rode to this spot right here, a couple miles away from home, and she feels fast. So we'll see what happens here. What are you doing? I gotta go max wrist on this guy now. Alright, so we'll do a quick pull after this hump right here, because I don't know if there are people hiding on the other side. Gotta wait for the right time. Yep. She definitely goes quicker. Hey guys, so I'm heading back home right now. It's a bit of a sad time in our city of Reno, Nevada. All the casinos are shut down. Only businesses that are absolutely necessary are open. A lot of people staying at home, but I think it's the right thing to do. Even though I go out and ride, I don't interact with anybody. So that's the way I'll keep it until it's safe to go out there and you know, go back to work and meet with people and stuff like that. So yeah, let's follow what the government guidelines are. Let's be good Samaritans. Let's be good citizens. And don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands and wrench on your bikes, guys. This is Immortal Engine. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. Leave a like, maybe a comment of what you think. And I'll see you on the next one.